Hey guys, welcome to my short series on yoga essentials. Today I'm going to talk about something very important, the seated tailbone tilt. So I'm not sure if they call it that, whoever else that is, but that's what I'm going to be calling. So I teach both dance and yoga, and one thing I notice for most people is it's difficult to sit flat on the ground. If you're not able to, have a block or a foam roller to help you. So let me show you what I commonly see and what a tilt is. I'm going to bring myself just to the front of my mat so you can really see my body. So here I am seated, my abs are holding me, I'm holding my back upright. If I want to tilt my pelvis forward, it would be rounding kind of in my back, this C shape. And then if I want to extend back, arch my back, I'm rolled to the front of my sits bones and I'm arching. So shifting my weight behind and coming up. So a lot of times when people come to sitting on the ground, whether it be cross-legged or in the case that I see most often, wide leg sit or straddle sit, which looks like this with the legs open, not necessarily as wide as you can go, but wide. The common problem that I see is people are rolled back and it's hard. They haven't developed the ab strength or the back strength, but mainly the flexibility in the inner thigh to come forward. It's totally fine. You can assist yourself by sitting on the block and practicing your tilt from there. So here I'm sat up on a block. I'm going to think of my tilt rolling back, stretching your back, excuse me, rolling forward. Maybe you're stretching now in those deep inner thigh muscles, rolling back. Can you see my spine? And then arching. So tilting and tilting. So tilting towards the front and then tilting towards the back. Tilting and tilting. Ideally, tilting and tilting. Ideally, when we come to sit on the floor, we can sit up nice and tall. I often cue my students to remove their glutes and their thighs from under them and give yourself a little adjustment. That can often help. If you find yourself still in this position where you're unable to straighten the legs, often like this, and a little bit pitched forward, that's when you would maybe roll up the edge of your mat to give yourself a little lift, or you're going to try to just roll front and back, and at that time you can even bring the legs even more up and sit like this. What needs to happen is you have to develop the flexibility in the inner thigh, and you can do so again by starting bringing a block or a rolled up mat or a cushion under your bottom and gradually work on extending the legs from there. A lot of times people tend to avoid yoga poses that they need because they're difficult, and you say, hey, I thought yoga was supposed to be relaxing. This isn't relaxing to me at all. So my main objective with these videos is to help you find a relaxing way to access these stretches. So please let me know if you have any comments on my suggestions that I'm giving. So then eventually we want to be able to lengthen the leg, and this is a problem for most adults who don't have a regular stretching ritual. Just remember that your flexibility or lack of flexibility doesn't make you a good or bad person. It just simply is what it is, and you can always work on it. So when we're coming into this tilt, going back, I'm thinking of engaging my abs, and going forward, I'm coming forward. For eventually, we'll become to a wide leg seated position or a straddle sit. We can come down, untuck, sit up nice and tall, and be quite comfortable to bend to the side or bend forward and work on that inner thigh flexibility. When you're ready to come out of this position, you can always help yourself bringing in your legs, using your hands to bring in your legs. Take a few windshield wipers as an integration movement. And I hope that you enjoyed this video.